Principle of parallel axis theorem. Before principle of parallel axis theorem, we understand how to apply this parallel axis theorem. Now first of all, by using this theorem, we can calculate moment of inertia of body. To calculate moment of inertia of body, we must know moment of inertia of same body about an axis passing through center of mass. To calculate mi of body by using this principle, we must know mi of rigid body about an axis passing through center of mass. We call this mi as IC and mi of body about another axis, it is denoted by IO. Now we draw a rigid body. Consider this is rigid body of any shape. Let O, it is any point on the body. One axis passes through point O and consider this body, it is performing rotational motion about an axis passing through point O. Now let us consider C. It is the center of mass, the point at which total mass of body it is supposed to be concentrated. In order to study motion of object according to Newton's second law, it is known as center of mass. Consider one axis passes through center of mass. Suppose these two different axes are parallel to each other, and suppose H represent distance between two parallel axes. Then according to this theorem, IO, it is equal to IC plus MH square. This is principle of parallel axis theorem. According to this theorem, moment of inertia of rigid body about an axis passing through any point, it is equal to sum of moment of inertia of rigid body about an axis passing through center of mass plus product of mass of body and square of perpendicular distance between two parallel axes. Here M, it is a mass of body and H represent distance between two parallel axes. In this way, we can apply principle of parallel axis theorem. Now we write statement. Moment of inertia of rigid body about an axis passing through any point, suppose that point is O, is equal to moment of inertia of this body about parallel axis passing through center of mass and product of mass of body and square of distance between parallel axes. Once again, by using this principle, we can calculate mi of this body about an axis passing through any point O. To calculate that, we must know moment of inertia of this rigid body about an axis passing through center of mass. Two axes must be parallel to each other, and by using this theorem, IO, it is equal to IC plus MR square. In this way, principle of parallel axis theorem. Now we discuss principle of parallel axis theorem. Now consider rigid body. This is rigid body of any shape, and let us consider this body. It is performing rotational motion about an axis passing through any point. Suppose O, it is any point, and one axis passes through this point, and about this axis body it is performing rotational motion. Now let us consider there is another point. This another point, it is known as center of mass, and let us consider one axis passes through center of mass as shown in this figure. One axis passes through center of mass. Consider moment of inertia of this body about an axis passing through center of mass. It is known, and suppose it is denoted by IC. Suppose two different axes are parallel to each other. These are parallel axes, and suppose these axes are separated by distance h. Then, according to this principle, IO, it is equal to IC plus MH square. IO, it is equal to IC plus MH square, that is moment of inertia of rigid body about an axis passing through any point is equal to sum of moment of inertia of body about an axis passing through center of mass plus product of mass of body and square of distance between two parallel axes. Now proof. Suppose this body, it is made up of different element. Mass is uniformly distributed inside the body, and consider one such element. Suppose this element is present at point P. Element, it is present at point P, and mass of element, it is denoted by dm. Let us consider one element of body. Suppose dm represent mass of element, and this element is situated at point P. Now we calculate moment of inertia of this element about center of mass. it is denoted by IC, and this IC it is given by integration of mi of element about axis of rotation. That is IC it is equal to integration of dm into Cp square. This is equation number 1. From the center of mass, element is present at point P. Therefore, dm into Cp square. This is expression for moment of inertia of element about center of mass. Now, in next step, we calculate moment of inertia of element about point O. Suppose this moment of inertia it is denoted by IO, and therefore IO it is given by formula integration of mi of element. We use same formula. Mass of element it is denoted by dm. Element from the point O, it is present at distance OP. Therefore, dm into OP square, and this is equation number 2. From point O, element it is present at distance OP. Now we produce segment OC and consider CP. It is perpendicular. Suppose BP it is perpendicular to the OC produced. Now we have triangle. Consider triangle BPC. In triangle BPC, by using Pythagoras theorem, Cp square it is equal to Pb square plus BC square, and this is equation number 3. We can use equation number 3. Now consider second triangle. Consider triangle OPB. Again we apply Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, we get OP square it is equal to OB square plus BP square. Now here OB, we can observe distance OB it is equal to OC plus BC. Therefore, OB square means distance OC plus distance CB plus BP square. Now expanding this bracket by using formula A plus B bracket square. Therefore we get A square plus B square plus twice A into B. Therefore we get OP square it is equal to OC square plus 2 times OC into CB into CB square plus BP square. But CB square plus PB square it is equal to CP square. Here by using equation number 3 we can write OP square it is equal to OC square plus 2 times OC into CB plus we get CP square, and suppose this is equation number 3. Now substituting value of OP square in equation number 2. Substituting value in equation number 2, we get IO, it is equal to integration of dm into OP square, OC square plus 2 times OC into CB plus CP square. Therefore, IO, it is equal to integration of dm into OC square plus integration of dm into 2 times OC into CB plus integration of dm into CP square. But dm into Cp square, it is equal to Ic. Therefore, above equation can be written as IO. It is equal to, now OC. OC, it is equal to H. It is constant. Therefore, OC square into dm plus 2 times OC into dm into CB plus integration of dm into Cp square. Here we get IO, it is equal to H square into integration of dm. Dm, it is mass of one element. Therefore, integration of dm will represent total mass of rigid body, and total mass of rigid body, it is denoted by m suppose, plus 2 times h into 0 integration of dm into cb. Integration of dm into cb, it is equal to 0 plus integration of dm into Cp square, it is equal to Ic, and therefore we get IO, it is equal to Ic plus mh square. Moment of inertia of rigid body about an axis passing through any point, it is equal to sum of moment of inertia of rigid body about parallel axis passing through center of mass plus product of mass of rigid body and square of distance between two parallel axes. This is principle of parallel axis theorem.